What's going on, folks? OBJ the Don coming at you with a quick video. Quick, hopefully. You know what I mean? Basically, how y'all doing out there? You know, a lot has transpired since we last spoke. A lot of stuff going on. You know, I got some a lot of personal things going on right now, but I'm here. I'm here, and we're gonna talk about a few things here. A few things. Don't know any particular order I'm gonna go in. Maybe a bit of rambling going on, but we're gonna get through this. It's gonna be all right. I want to talk about something from I heard. It's old. It's old now, but I wanted to talk about it a while ago, and my boy um Brandon is back, or Ghana Days. He actually mentioned it before I actually got a chance to make the video, but it was funny as hell. When Mass Effect, before it had came out, uh, when it was on EA Access, I was hearing some chatter from Xbox fanboys camp saying that the only reason that people are ragging on Mass Effect, and it's it's getting like bad initial impressions and things of that nature, is because it's not on PS4. Like it, as if somehow the fact that you could play Mass Effect early for 10 hours on Origin, or what is it, EA Access, EA Access, where you pay for demos and whatnot, um, as if that was making that an Xbox exclusive or something. That's the way it came off to me. And I remember, so every once in a while, I have laid off of a lot of the Xbox fanboys speak. You know what I mean? Everybody got fanboys. We all got fanboys. They say some dumb stuff. But, you know what I mean? I have laid off of them. I haven't been paying no attention. But every once in a while, something just tingling. It hits my spider senses. You know what I'm saying? I got bit by a spider when I was young. You know what I mean? I think I'm pot kin to Peter Parker himself. You know what I'm saying? So my spider senses got the tingling, you know what I mean? And I'm thinking to myself, what the hell? That doesn't even make sense. It doesn't make sense. Okay? No one would have to be salty or anything, over the fact that you or anyone else, you know what I mean, who owns the Xbox and participates into this subscription service of EA Access. You can also access the thing on Origin on your computer or whatever and get early access that way if you choose to pay to do so. I'm not paying nobody to play anything early. If I want the game, I'm going to buy the game. I already know I'm going to buy the game, and I'm going to get Mass Effect, but I'm currently still tied up in Horizon Zero Dawn and Zelda. So I'm taking my time with those games. I don't have a lot of time to play lately, the way I want to. So those games have a lot of content, and I don't need to rush to get Mass Effect. Hopefully they'll iron out some of the issues before I get it or whatever. But I'm gonna get it. I always said I was gonna get it, and nothing, no animations or anything is gonna change my mind. That stuff doesn't bother me too much. You know what I mean? Now, if the game is just breaking and you're losing progress in certain areas and things of that nature, then that's something else. You know what I mean? But it was just funny as hell to me that these Xbox fanboys were saying that people are hating on Mass Effect because it wasn't early access on PlayStation. That is funny. That is hilarious. Crazy. Funny, crazy, all types of emotions at the same damn time, folks. That doesn't make any sense. Doesn't have nothing to do with the fact that people were making fun of these bad animations or whatever. lifeless looking characters, you know what I mean? Facial expressions, different bugs in the games and things of that nature. It had nothing to do with that. The first thing that crossed a fanboy's mind was that people are obviously salty because the game is on Xbox and it's not on PS4. But it is on PS4. It's a multiplat. It's on there right now. And I just don't that I can't even get it out. It's ridiculous. Ludicrous. Stupid. Stupid. I had to speak on that. I just don't understand. I don't understand. Maybe, and it got me to thinking, okay, this is how far the things have come. You know what I'm saying? This is how far Phil Spencer, y'all obviously have driven y'all hardcore, fanatical fans to the point of being hysterical. You know what I mean? Like they don't know which way is up, which way is down, which way is sideways. They don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? Because they're mistaking multiplats for exclusives. I don't know how the hell you can mistake multiplats for exclusives. Like they don't know what's going on now. It's so dry on Xbox right now, apparently, that Xbox fanboys are trying to take multiplats and claim them as exclusives. That is crazy, man. That is crazy. That is crazy. That is insane. Being honest, I haven't turned on my Xbox in quite some time, folks. In quite some time, I haven't heard no news on any next exclusive coming out. I haven't heard anything about Sea of Thieves, State of Decay. I don't really care about Sea of Thieves, but I am willing to see what it's about, to see if I am interested. Crackdown, I am interested to see how Crackdown turns out, and I'm interested in State of Decay. You know what I mean? So, I look forward to hearing more news on that, maybe at E3. And I just know that Microsoft has to be playing coy somehow. They have to have something that they're just sitting on. They have to have some games, something. They got to have something other than just talk of the Scorpio. You know what I mean? They got to be holding something in the kitty. I just know they ain't going out just like this. You know what I'm saying? I refuse to believe that. You know what I mean? But as of right now, it is dry, and I think that fanboys who tried to claim Mass Effect, or say people were salty about Mass Effect being on the Xbox One only because it was on the Xbox One for that certain amount of time before it came out. I think that is a repercussion of the dryness. You know what I'm saying? The dryness. But anyway, I just thought that was funny. It was funny and strange to me. You know what I mean? But I digress. It is what it is. Now, another thing I want to talk about, which is the big news that's circulating around the internet, that GameStop is, closing, I think, over 200 stores or something like that. A lot of people are, hooray, hooray, they're celebrating. They're celebrating the stores closing and things like that. And I've been on record saying many videos that I've traded and stuff, and I've done stuff with GameStop where they, pretty much raped me. You know what I mean? Pretty much, that's how GameStop operates or whatever, you know what I mean? But I have also stopped buying a lot of my games at GameStop, and went elsewhere, or I'll download it digitally or whatever, you know what I mean? Once they stopped giving up the deals, like they would give you at least $30, you know what I mean? Even after 30 days before this generation, they used to give you at least $30, And they would always be running, it seemed like they would always be running promotions where they would give you an extra 50% if you were a pro member, you know what I mean, on top of that $30. So I was cleaning up, you know what I mean? I was very rarely actually paying for my next game. I would pay, if I came out the pocket, I was paying like $10 or so. You know what I mean? So that's how good the deals were. So me and GameStop was all right at that point, you know what I mean? But then they got greedy, this generation, you know what I mean? And they're starting to feel the effects of that. And so they're closing stores. I'm not going to celebrate it too much, you know what I mean? What I want from GameStop is I want GameStop to change their practices and go back to what the hell they was doing when they was giving me the $30 and giving me the 50% on top of that and whatnot. They have to change certain practices. I don't necessarily want them to go out of business. You know why? Because they're right around the corner from my damn house. Everybody got a GameStop not not far at all from their house. You know what I mean? It is convenient. It is convenient. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has a GameStop right around the corner from their house. You know what I mean? Everyone. You see what I'm saying? Best Buys, Walmarts, they're usually farther away. You know, usually farther away from where your house is. You know what I mean? I like the fact that, okay, if I do want to get a game right now, you know what I mean? A certain game right now, I could just go right around the corner and go get the game. You know what I mean? So I don't necessarily want all the stores to close. And GameStop is a place that specializes in games. Now they got a whole lot of BS going on with them, and they deserve the stores closing. I mean, they deserve it. The way they have ran their business, especially this generation, is unacceptable, and they all, they're reaping what they sow. But a selfish, I don't like their practices, but I don't hate them. You know what I mean? A lot of people say they hate. Hate is a strong word. I don't really like to say I hate anybody. You know what I mean? But everybody does have some type of hate. Hate is a very strong. I don't like I don't like to use that word really. But and the only things I hate about four things in life. I hate about four things. That's the Dallas Cowboys, the Duke Blue Devils, LeBron James, and EA, because they won't make me another damn fight night. You know what I'm saying? EA just joined the hate club because they won't make me another fight night. I hope the new MMA fighting game they working on, I hope it sells 1.5 copies. And you might say, how the hell can it sell a half a copy? I don't even know. I hope somebody break the game in half and just buy half of it. I don't know. I hope it sells 1.5 copies. Somehow, some way. I want a fight night. You know what I mean? But that's pretty much the only four things I hate in life. You know, that's pretty much it. But yeah, I don't hate GameStop, but I do hate their practices. I will say that. I don't like their practices. And if they do not change things around and change the way that they're doing things, I've been stopped. I definitely don't buy no used games. I don't. It's not even worth it. You know what I mean? It'd be like $5 cheaper, than the regular price. And if you go in there, that's the first thing they're gonna suggest to you. You know what I mean? You tell them you want a certain game, new or whatever. They first thing they're gonna say is they're gonna try to pull out that used copy. Nah, I don't play that. No, give me brand new. It's only $5 more. Sometimes the daggone used copy be almost full price, and the new copy is on sale. Now how backwards is that? Makes no sense whatsoever, folks. That makes no sense whatsoever. And forgive me for the background noise. My kids up there, they call themselves cooking, and my son on his PS4 or whatever. Uh, it is what it is. You know what I mean. But we gonna keep rocking out. I want to also address real quick. I'm already at 14. Oh, the hell with it. I want to address real quick my boy Psycho Gamer. You know, Psycho Gamer is an Xbox fan. Well, he's a gamer. You know what I'm saying? He 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 plays all consoles. You know what I mean? But I think his heart is definitely with Xbox. No doubt about that. I got no beef with the brother. You know what I'm saying? I respect the brother because he makes a lot of good points. But then he, you know, he'll revert to some kind of kid smooth stuff sometime. You know what I mean? He made a video today. I just want to make a little rebuttal and make a little reply to it. You know that he basically says that Xbox fanboys prepared to be prepared to be disappointed. Okay, and he said the reason is in his video. The gist of what he was saying is the reason is the narrative is changing because it's not going to be about power anymore. It's they're basically saying he's basically saying that you know, don't be surprised when Digital Foundry and IGNs and sites like that, you know, don't really focus on the power of the Scorpio and they'll just be talking about games. So he thinks that the narrative has always been something different than games, but games since the beginning of console generation, since the beginning of gaming, period, on any platform, games have always been the key. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how much power you got. I mean, nothing is more powerful than the PC. But there's not very many PC exclusives that you know what I mean, you would rather, you know, you would really just go out there and say, I got to build me a PC to play that exclusive. You know what I mean? But they do definitely run multiplats way better, and they do have some exclusives, you know, that are, you know, creme de la creme or whatever, you know. But you know, the power thing has always been a bullet in a fanboy's gun. It's basically, you know, just adding insult to injury. You know, power. You know what I mean? You know, if Digital Foundry definitely they brought it to light. Let's say that because you know, we didn't really know too much about no god doggone resolution and you know how many pixels up there and all of that BS. You know, until you know they pretty much brought it to our attention and said that you know the PS4 is you know PS4 version is better than the other one or whatever. You know what I mean? But that's you know once a fanboy gets ammunition in their gun, they're gonna torment you with it or whatever. You know, joke around or whatever and say ah ha ha whatever. You know, I mean, but at the end of the day, it's always been about the game. To a gamer, it's always been about games. Always, always. You know what I mean? I bought the PS4 off the break, not even because of the launch lineup that it had, because of the games that I knew was going to be on PS4. You know what I mean? Yeah, for some of the launch lineup or whatever, but because I know the games that's coming to the PS4. I know PlayStation games. You know what I'm saying? Bought the Xbox One S. Well, one originally the Xbox One when I seen Titanfall 1 and Rise Son of Rome and the promise of Quantum Break, which I was later disappointed on, but that's the reason I had bought the Xbox. You see what I'm saying? Because of the games. It has always been about the games. I don't care. It's always been about the games. And right now, Microsoft is not really providing any incentive game wise for any customer to go out and buy a console. Now, if you don't have an Xbox, you know what I mean? There's plenty of games for you to play if you're just buying an Xbox. But I'm talking about for those of us who already have it. You see what I'm saying? And who have already bought and played those games or whatever. They're not giving you much incentive to be hyped for the Scorpio without showing some new games. You see what I'm saying? So I'm giving them till E3 to do that. I'm almost to the point where I want to sell my Xbox. You know what I mean? But me as a gamer being used to having all the consoles, it's kind of like I always usually keep all of them. So that'll probably never happen. But I may not just go. I may not go out there and get no Scorpio. Now, if the PS4 Pro had never came out, you know what I mean, and we would jump into the Scorpio. That way, the multiplats would look way, high and above what the original PS4 would look like or whatever. You know what I mean? Then that would be definitely, just off multiplats alone, I would go get a Scorpio. But the PS4 Pro, the Scorpio would have to look night and day and basically just blow it out the water. You know what I mean? Or if it's $400, definitely I'll go out there and get that joint. But if it's higher than that, it would have to look night and day beyond that. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't matter how much power you have. If you don't have games on your platform that appeal to a lot of people, it will not survive. You see what I'm saying? Don't listen to the fanboy agenda. You know what I mean? Fanboys will throw power up in your face. You know what I mean? And you can't get salty about that. It is what it is. I'm playing Zelda basically strictly in handheld mode. You know what I mean? It's in 720p. I don't care. It's a fun game. I'm enjoying the hell out that game. You know what I mean? I have no issues with that. You know what I mean? It's in 720p. So, that solidifies the reason I have a Scorpio. I mean, the reason I have a Switch. You know what I mean? The reason I have a Switch, because I want to also play other games that's coming out on it, along with Zelda. You know what I mean? You got to have the games that appeal to people. You know what I mean? And I think Microsoft is, holding something in the kit. I don't think they're going out like that. I'm going to see. We're going to see at E3. We're going to see what they say. Hopefully. You know what I mean? But yeah, it seems that Xbox fanboys always think that there's some type of bias going on. There's always some kind of conspiracy theory. You know what I mean? When, as a gamer, if you just stick to what really matters, you don't have to believe in any conspiracy theories. Since the beginning of gaming, it's always been about the games. Case in point, end of story, and that is it. All right, folks, I ran my mouth long enough, Until next time, thank you to everybody who has continued to support me and stand by, you know what I mean? I will try to upload a bit more often. I always say that, you know what I mean? But, things be happening or whatever. But I do appreciate all y'all's support. And until next time, folks, OBJ the Don, signing off.